Hi there, it's Steph. Thanks for popping by my channel. Today I wanted to share with you a card I made using Waffle Flower stamp set. I was inspired by a well-known crafter recently to do a bit of masking and a bit of ink blending. So I prepared all my masks beforehand, and I placed it inside of the mask in the middle of the card just to be sure it was centered, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to tell if it was centered or not. So then I placed the negative of the mask, and then I placed the little mask of what is a little heel. And I started stamping with some Memento Tuxedo black ink. And once I stamped, I placed my little mask on the top of my stamped images. So that's quite straightforward. I used some Inkadinky stamping masking paper, and it's great for the biggest part of the masking paper, but you will see throughout the ink blending that it doesn't work that great for tiny pieces. So when I've done another card with a similar design and technique, I used some post-it note and it worked a little bit better. But it's quite difficult when you ink blend around it because it moves quite a lot. So once I was done with the sky, I did the little hill and I removed my masking paper. And I really like how it looks. It's really neat. The Inkadinky paper is great for that because it's really neat. So I started doing a bit of coloring with my copying markers. It's quite basic. It's two different colors. I do a bit of tip-to-tip technique for the rabbits, and then for the moon it's just two simple colors. I draw an outline, a yellow outline, a bit later in the video, and it just pretends that it's the light coming from the moon, and I added a little bit of shading on the clouds with a bit of a cool grey marker, which is probably a C1, and the colorless blender. So once I was done with that, I placed my mask back on, and you will see that I could have done it the other way. It's just I'm about to stamp some stars, and you can see the paper is not holding on very well, so it's a bit frustrating. But I will stamp with a background stamp from the Lawn Fawn Starry Night stamp set, and I'm basically going to stamp lots of little stars, and that is pigment ink. It's Herald Unicorn pigment ink, and what's cool is that it somehow lifts the ink from the background a little bit afterwards, so it's not quite as bright as if I had used white embossing powder, for example. It's a bit more subtle. The reason I did it in that order is because it's pigment ink, so it's wet. So I prefer to do it like that. When I was done with that, I stamped my greetings in an arched way, and I did an outline of little dashes around the card just to add a little something. And now you probably know who inspired me to do that card. So I really like the design. I think it's really simple, but I think it's really cute. I hope you like it too. And if you did like it, please give it a thumbs up. You can see the second card I've made on similar design, just underwater this time, and I think it works quite as well. It's really cute. So thank you for watching. Bye!